My name is TraviE and I'm on a mission. I'll do the talking while you watch and listen. This is more than a channel. This is Mind Over Matter. All right. This is going to be take 3. Hopefully this is the final version. Hopefully this doesn't mess up. Had really bad luck recently. Well, just kind of in general, really. Like, try to go to work today, and my car decides not to start. And there was no issues before that or anything. So, and then before even that, I've been trying to record this video, and for some reason, I don't know. I've just had so many issues trying to get things hooked up right, and then once I've got stuff like, well, not hooked up the way I wanted to, but once I got it hooked up and try to get the video started and recorded, it kept skipping and stuff. So if that happens in this one, then you guys won't see it, and I'll be really, really upset. But if I am able to finally upload this and I still keep having issues, I'm going to figure out what I need to do, if that's upgrade my computer or just, I don't know, I'll figure it out and spend money wherever I have to get things working. But hopefully I can get this video up. So as you can tell from my intro, I'm TraviE, and this is going to be an all about me / Mind Over Matter, which I'll get into Mind Over Matter towards the end of the video. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. I'm going to try to go in chronological order and work my way up. I'm going to try to keep things as relevant as possible, whether that's like just to explain the mindset I was in at the time or am in now, whatever it may be. So I'm going to touch a lot of different bases, but just kind of like scrape the surface of most stuff and not go into detail about certain things. So it all started, I think I was around like 13 or 14. It was either towards the end of middle school or the beginning of high school. And it started with Modern Warfare 2. So there was a couple friends that I would play, that I would game with or whatever at the time. And one of them found what was called game battles. So I'm not even sure how we came across it. I think it might have been from Halo, because some of you might know or whatever, but Halo was really big back like on the original Xbox and PS2. I think that's PS2 and original Xbox, which, I mean, Halo wasn't on PS2. I'm just saying that was around like the same time. But it was back on original Xbox, and yeah, Halo and Halo 2 was really popular, and I think there was MLG for it. I could be wrong. Maybe that started later. But so maybe he found MLG, which is Major League Gaming, or at least was. I'm not too sure if that particular competitive, I don't know if you would say it's not organization, but that competitive, I don't know what you would call it, but I don't know if that's still like a thing. But maybe that's how he discovered it. That's what I'm trying to get across. That's my point. But he somehow discovered game battles, which I don't know if they're still up now, but it was a website to where you could look for other people that wanted to play certain games competitively, and Call of Duty was one of them. So just to sum it up, there was you could do, I think, like 1v1s, you could do 2v2s. There was quite a bit of things that you could do on there, and then they had like tournaments and stuff as well. But so there was 2 of my friends and me, so there was 3 of us, so we did 3v3s, and yeah, I fell in love with it from like probably the first game that we played. Like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I don't know, I really, like, they thought it was okay, but I really, really took onto it. So we started doing that until the end of Modern Warfare 2, and then one of my teammates, he would rage a lot, get mad, and just take it. I mean, we kind of took it seriously, but I mean, he would take it way too seriously to the point where he would get really upset by it and stuff. So he didn't want to play anymore after Modern Warfare 2 was over. So I think that was when Black Ops 1 came out, was after that. And so then me and my other friend was just left by ourselves. So I think we found a third kind of shortly after Black Ops 1 started. And I think we played together for like a couple months, and then they both pretty much decided to quit around the same time, maybe like give or take a week or two apart. But so then I was left by my lonesome, and like I had no intentions of quitting myself. Like it was still insanely fun to me. Like so this was basically when it started. So the professional league, it might have been MLG2 back in the day. Not sure exactly like what the professional league was called for. I think it was MLG still back in the day, even for Call of Duty. But the professional league was 4v4s. So that's what I was trying to get into at that point after that happened. So I basically just started looking for different teams or different players to play with, and I can't remember exactly, but I went through probably 2 to 4 teams about every Call of Duty. Most of the time, most teams I was on, for the most part, there were some players that was pretty like a really short span or whatever it was, or like we just would have to try certain players out because something would happen with a player or two from the team, and they would just quit or whatever it would be. But for the most part, most teams I was on, like we were really good. I might be exaggerating it because I don't know. I mean, I was young at that time, so maybe what was really good to me then wasn't as good as what I'm thinking. But I know for sure I was at least solid, and then every Call of Duty got better and better. So we'll fast forward to, I don't think anything really happened in between there. So it just was basically the same thing year after year. I was just, I got more serious as time went on with it. I mean, I was always serious with it, but I like, I don't know, I became even more serious with it as time went on. I wanted to try to make money from it. I wanted to go to the professional tournaments, wanted to make it pro. And so basically the same thing happened year after year where it just wouldn't work out with the team for some reason. It usually resulted in people quitting, or just like them having attitudes or whatever it was, and we had to let them go or whatever. But it was pretty much people would just quit. There was two, maybe 3 people that I really wish would have stuck around. They just kind of lost motivation and stopped taking it seriously. But really solid. Had a lot of fun with those individuals. One specifically, I used to think about it all the time. Like we had a blast. Like we would do 2v2s because like we just had terrible luck finding a team and keeping a team. But we would just play 2v2s on game battles and everything, and we would have like the time of our lives just like dicking around on there, and we would still dominate almost every game. So that, if he's watching this, which I highly doubt it, then he probably knows who I'm talking about. But anyways, so fast forward to Call of Duty Ghosts, because I don't think anything else important happened before that point. So Call of Duty Ghosts at this point in time was my senior year of high school. So there was a lot of things that happened. So at this point in time, it was kind of crunch time. So I mean, I was always taking it seriously, wanting to become pro and everything, but I knew that I wouldn't have as much time to spend on it, so I had to really make this year kind of count. So I didn't mess around as much. So like if there was a weaker link or whatever it might have been, we had to fix stuff like as fast as we could. So um, same thing. Went through a couple different teams, maybe a few different teams, and then finally after all of that, I came across. I, finally, I was by myself again, and then I came across one person that was starting up like his own team. I think he was trying to like turn it into an org as well. Not too sure, but he was really motivated. I liked how everything sounded and everything, like what he was trying to do. So I talked to him and eventually ended up joining with him. And then we quickly found another player after that. And then maybe few weeks after that, we finally found a fourth as well. So at this point in time, uh, it didn't feel too much different. But then things quickly like started looking up after this. So well, they got down before they looked up, but so kept practicing, whatever, playing, and then the leader of the team, so uh, the guy that I joined with to begin with, he stopped getting on as much. I think his schedule might have changed, or I can't remember. I think his schedule did change, but anyways, we just weren't able to practice or play much, and I think it was mostly because of him. That, and then we also just believe that he was like kind of like a weak link, like in his play style. So we decided to let him go. I became the leader of the team. I was usually mostly the leader of the team, inside and out. I was usually the youngest as well. That's just I don't know. That's just kind of what I like to do on things that I care about, things that I'm interested in. I like to be as I don't want to say like in control, like controlling other people, but I like to be as in control, as much as in control as I can, and as much of a leader authority like as I can, as long as it's something I'm interested in and stuff. So I became the leader. We didn't stick with the same like team name and stuff. Obviously, I can't remember what we ended up switching to. But then finally we came across, there was a tournament, and it wasn't a normal tournament. It was a tournament for a professional Call of Duty team at that point in time. I don't follow Call of Duty anymore. I'm more of Rainbow Six Siege now. Um, but I don't think they're a professional team anymore. But I could be wrong. But it was called Team Justice. So they were looking to make an amateur team under their organization. So they were holding this tournament, and the winner of the tournament was supposed to become the amateur team. So we played in this tournament. I can't remember how big it was or whatever, but we played in the tournament. We ended up making it to the finals, and then we lost in the finals. I can't remember the exact like game count and all that, but we did lose in the finals. And so it was the team that beat us was supposed to become the amateur team, but they were like really immature and what's that word I'm looking for? I don't know, just like toxic. I don't know if that was the word or not, but they were immature and toxic and stuff. So Justice didn't want anything to do with them. So then they moved on to us. They liked how we carried and represented ourselves and handled ourselves. So they were happy to bring us on board instead. So things were finally really looking up at this point. It was I'd never had so much notice or I don't know. I've never had so much notice than before that, and just never felt like it was actually going to go somewhere until then. So we ended up playing for a few more months, and actually I think it was just like a couple months, and we were winning like most of our tournaments that we were getting into. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure. I really hope this isn't skipping or lagging. It kind of looks like it's lagging a little bit, or like it's off sync or whatever. I don't know. You guys might not see this video either. We'll see when I play it back. So, but anyways, where did I leave off now? Couple months. Yeah, we were winning most of our tournaments that we were playing in. I actually went to a local tournament. That was the first local tournament, the first and only local tournament I went to. It wasn't our team. It was me, the coach, which he wasn't a good player. But it was me, our coach, and two other like people that we found because it was in Ohio. It was a local tournament, so it was just two other people that lived in Ohio. And I think we scrimmed or practiced for like 1 or 2 weeks, and I don't even think it was like a lot within that time. So we only probably had a few like practices in and stuff. But anyways, we get to this tournament. It was in Indiana, and I actually rode with my coach. So that was pretty cool too. But so this was actually pretty fascinating. I'll probably go over the story again some other time. I don't know, but so throughout that span, because I think the tournament was within 2 or 3 months after we made it to the Justice Amateur team, and within that span, I was starting to get noticed more and stuff. So there was this one guy that was heading to the tournament as well. I think he was playing in it too, and like he knew me when I got there, and like he was a fan of me and stuff. And I don't know, that was definitely one of the coolest moments like of my life. Like I've never really wanted to be famous or wanted much fame. I was never really the type of person to want that or seek that. But I do have to admit, well, I'll get into that later, like or I'll get into this later. But that did kind of change. Like now, I mean, I still don't know exactly how to word it, but I definitely did change from that like opinion and stuff. So, but anyways, that was definitely like one of the coolest moments. Like I don't know, I'll definitely probably never forget that, even if I have more fame or like have other moments than that, I'll still never forget that one. That was really cool. That was really cool. I can't really describe how it felt, but it was pretty awesome. So we get there, and I don't know. I'll probably butcher this, but I think we won. I think it was a double elimination. I think, and we won like our first game, lost our second, won the third, and then lost the fourth. I don't know what place we got. I don't know. I think it was like somewhere around the middle, maybe like I don't know. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. But it was fun. It was really fun. It was really different. So not too shortly after that, we played for like maybe one more month. So in total, maybe 4 months. I was on Justice, maybe if that. And we still kept winning more tournaments, getting more notice. Like we were like really close to having certain sponsors. I can't remember what. I think at that point in time, we were supposed to have a trip to go to the professional tournaments, like free and paid for and stuff. I'm pretty sure at that time. But life kept happening outside of gaming, and I decided to quit. I kind of regret it now, but one of the biggest reasons I don't regret it is because I didn't even really want to play the next Call of Duty. Like there's 3 reasons that made me quit, and that was one of them. Like, man, this video looks like it's skipping. I'm gonna be pissed. But anyways, the next Call of Duty, I can't even remember what it was called. I think it was either Advanced or Infinite Warfare. I'm pretty sure. I don't know which one. I don't know why my brain wants to say, or my brain thinks of both of them. But it was either Infinite or Advanced Warfare, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, it wasn't boots on the ground anymore, which means that it was like which means you weren't constantly on the ground like your character. So there was like some sort of jetpack or I'm not sure what they called it, but like you could fly around in the air for like a short time or something. And I was like, if I wanted to play something like that, I would have just played Halo to begin with. So I don't know, I just wasn't interested in the slightest. So that was a big part, but it was more so for me quit because I might have found something else. I can't remember if there was any other game at that time or whatever, but I might have still stuck with it or have found something else to get competitive in. I don't know. Um, but it wasn't the only reason. The other reason was I was it was like school was almost out. It was like a month or two before it was out. It maybe if that. So I still didn't have any money like at this time. I didn't have any income or anything. And I was just still trying to figure things out. Like I was just freaking out financially, pretty much. So well, and I'll explain the third reason, I guess. But yeah, the other reason was I shortly before that. Yeah, I think it was shortly before that. I was getting into my first relationship. Yeah, I know, high school, whatever, senior year, and that was my first relationship. But yeah, it was. So I was getting into my first relationship, and there were issues there. I don't think I'm trying to think exactly. I think we were still together, but yeah, there were like kind of issues at that point in time. I know for sure, but yeah, we were still together because that was part of what wanted to make me have income. I mean, I wanted income for myself anyways, but I also wanted income to be able to like I don't know, for the relationship to be easier as well. So, but then so I ended up quitting, and then I basically just started looking for jobs right away, applying to like everything basically besides fast food. I don't think I ever applied to fast food. I don't think. But I applied to like basically everything else, like a lot of retail, a lot of different factory, like entry level factories, like applied to a lot of places. Um, so I think like a couple months, yeah. So I think around September of that year, I think it was 2014. Uh, that's when the relationship ended, and it hit me really hard. Um, I'm not gonna go too much into it. A lot of people didn't really understand how hard it hit me. They're like, "Oh, you're 17. That was your first relationship. That was, blah blah blah. It's not that bad. You'll get over it and stuff." Nah, but it fucked me up. It really fucked me up. For a long time, like at least 3 years. I'm just kind of roughly thinking about it. Like, uh, but yeah, it really messed with me. So I landed a job in December. The relationship ended in September. Uh, so the whole time I was working, I worked that same job I landed in December for just shortly over 2 years. And like that entire time, like I was miserable as hell. Like I was depressed, well, severely depressed. I don't know. I really don't know how I got up and how I did that. I was basically crying or like holding back tears like every fucking day. Uh, I don't know. I'll well, I might say that towards the end of the video, but yeah, it was just miserable, like in general. But I somehow struggled through that. I worked like about 50 hours or so a week, and yeah, I did that for a little over 2 years. So I ended up basically saving most of that money. I mean, I paid for food, my car. Um, I think like I don't know some like a couple other bills, and obviously like I bought some stuff here and there, but I was really good saving up most of my money. I didn't blow it or whatever. So I decided, what are you doing, man? My uh, my recording software decided to just like minimize the screen for some reason, but so man, it's making me forget my train of thought. So, anyways, I saved up a lot of money, and then I quit, and I was trying to use that money that I saved up to get by, and I was trying to just figure my life out. I was trying to get healthy because I wasn't healthy since the relationship ended. I was just trying to figure things out in general, basically, and unfortunately, I didn't really get like almost anywhere with it. I think that's when I started this channel up, because if you look back, I have some, I think, Black Ops 3 videos and some I don't know what year, but NBA maybe 18, I don't know. But I have some NBA videos. So I think I was finally trying to start YouTube and stuff up, because I always wanted to. I forgot to mention that, but I always wanted to before, when I was playing Call of Duty competitively. I always wanted to start YouTube up for that. I don't know if I had many other ideas besides like Call of Duty, but I always wanted to start it up, and I never had money. I never had anything to really do that with. So I really couldn't. So I was finally able to do that. I finally had my own money and enough money to do that, and I thought that's what I wanted to do. I think deep down it was. I don't know why I didn't keep pursuing that. I think a lot of it was just I still was just not healthy. Like I didn't really care about almost anything. Didn't really want to do anything. But it might have just been like I thought it was. I don't know. Either I thought it wasn't going to go anywhere. I thought it was like stupid to do, because a lot of my mindset until recently, or until like a year and a half, 2 years ago or something, was that doing this would be stupid, because I probably won't want to do it in like a couple or few years, or maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. And I'm just like, I started thinking about that a couple years ago, and I'm like, how fucking stupid is that thought? I'm like, it's like, even if that's true, even if I don't want to do exactly what I'm trying to start up now, like, who cares? Because that's what I want to do now. So why am I trying to think about what am I going to want to do in the future, instead of like, it doesn't make any sense in general. But I'm probably gonna forget where I was going with everything exactly. But yeah, I don't think that way anymore. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I forget where I was going with that. So I just got done talking about the relationship, using the money. So I might have left something out, but I didn't really figure many things out. I started this channel up. Quit that, and then I was thinking about law enforcement, but I never really did anything with it at that point in time. So then I think it lasted almost a year and a half where I wasn't doing anything, and then my money was like almost dry, so I was almost broke. So I had to start job searching again, and I got like a couple part-time jobs in the meantime, and then I finally landed another factory job. So then I just kind of like YouTube, and even competitive gaming was still like on my mind a lot. But I kept just putting it off. It was kind of just like, I guess, how people say with relationships or whatever, even if you like, I don't know, even if you miss somebody or whatever it is, it's just like, you got to like tell yourself that it's not the right thing to do, or so, I don't know, like along those lines. So I just kept telling myself like I shouldn't do it, or whatever it is, for whatever reason. And I think it was mainly the reason I just mentioned, was that like, I probably won't want to do it like in a few years or something. I don't know. But I kept thinking about it. I kept pushing it off and putting it off. And I just kept like trying to figure out how to get like a slightly better job, I guess, than what I was working. I don't know. I was trying to think about the normal life, I guess. I have no idea. It sounds so fucking stupid now. So, anyways, I've landed another factory job, and that's basically what I've been doing from then to now. And I mean, I'm still working now. I have the best job I've had so far, but it's, I still don't want to do it for 40 more years. So I'm out of the competitive scene. I don't know if I'm going to get back into that or not. I'm not too sure. If I do, it'll be for Rainbow Six Siege, but I played that game, I think within like the first year, maybe first like the second year it came out. Played it for a couple years, and then I didn't start playing it again almost at all. Like I think I played it like a short span of time, maybe within there, but I didn't really pick it up again until like a few months ago. So um, I'm good at first person shooter games in general. Like I picked them up a lot better than average. I still believe I have the potential to play competitively at a high level or the highest level. It'll just take me a long time to get there because there's a lot of people that's been playing this game almost nonstop, or well, basically nonstop, like almost every day or whatever since it came out, or for a long time. So they know a lot more than what I do about the game. They just have a lot more advantages basically over me. It's not really an even playing field. So when I play now, I basically am almost handicapped in all, like pretty much most games I play because I either don't know the map as well as I don't know the small interactions or whatever it may be. So the potential I still believe is there. It'll just take me a while to do it. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get back into that or not, but I'm definitely doing a lot of gaming content. That'll probably be the easiest to do, especially like for trying to put videos out as frequently as I can. Which I really only have about 2 days a week as of right now to do things. So I'm gonna try. I don't know. I don't want to set a lot of goal. Like I don't know. I don't want to set a lot of things that I'm not sure about, but I want to do more than 2 videos a week. So I'm gonna try to do at least 3 or 4. So that means on those 2 days, I'm gonna try to have probably about 2 videos for each. Like I'm gonna try to record 2 videos worth each of those 2 days, basically, and then upload it whenever I can. So I'll try to hopefully have three or 4 days a week of content. But most of it will be gaming. It'll probably be a lot of it, at least at first, will be NBA. You'll probably hear me complain about 2K a lot. Uh, still a big fan of the game. Really enjoy playing it. But yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot of people that agree with me. There's a lot of stuff that could definitely be better or fixed or whatever it may be. Um, so I'll be uploading a lot of that. There's also a friend I have from high school still that we talk and play. So he'll probably be in a lot of my videos as well. NBA and Rainbow Six Siege. I might do a solo queue series on Rainbow Six Siege. Just depends how much time I have and stuff, but there could be some other solo games I play. Not exactly too sure yet, but NBA and Rainbow Six are the only definites that I'm for sure of that I will be doing. But another like major part of me and what I want to do is motivational stuff. So at this point in time, let's get into mind over matter. Um, so I'm starting mind over matter with this video. I'm starting it, as I'm starting, so that way it's not confusing. It's not something that's sprung on later. Um, that it just makes sense. It just makes sense, and that's another reason why it's taken me so long because I've been wanting to upload this video since last September. So like 7 or 8 months, I've been wanting to do this and upload this. But I've also wanted to have a decent foundation set up. So I wanted to have a decent intro, decent outro. I wanted to have the logo and stuff done. There's just like a lot of behind the scenes stuff too. So it's taken me a lot longer to do it than what I wanted. But it might never matter if you don't know. It basically just means that you can overcome a lot of different things, if you have a positive outlook, if you use your mind on it, and you don't get, if you're not negative and you're not down, like, you can overcome a lot of things that, you don't believe you can, you don't think you can, or others don't think you can. And it's been my biggest motto since I was like an older kid. And it's just stuck with me and grown with me more and more. I've really believed in it. Like, I've pulled myself out, just like how I was talking about earlier, which I might have, story time or what, I don't know but just like I was talking about earlier with that relationship and stuff, like, I was depressed as hell, but, I pulled through, and now, it really doesn't affect me. Like, it's hard to describe, but if you go through something, even if you get over it, you're never exactly the same over it. But part of that is also, like, you just change in general with life too. So, that was a while ago, like almost close to a decade. So, it's just changing in general too. But, like, whether it's positive or negative, like big life events that happen to you, you're never the same person afterwards. So, and that's not always necessarily a bad thing either. So, but yeah, it helped me pull through that. And then, which music did too, which you like in the intro, that's me, singing or whatever, that cheesy ass intro I got. Music did help me pull through too or whatever, but that's separate. We're not gonna confuse you, but, so it just kept growing with me more and more, and I just wanted a way to bring people. I don't know how to word it, but I wanted a way to bring people, like, on board with it. Like, I just wanted to share it and spread it, basically. Like, so I want to turn my biggest motto, into like a brand, a business, but I want it to mean something. Like, I want it to be something that I can share with you guys, and then you can share with whoever. I want it to mean something. So, even if that does mean I'll end up selling things later or whatever. Like, I don't want it to just be like, oh, hey, like, it's another different brand, like, just selling shit. Like, I want it to actually mean something, and then that's like the reason why people want to get behind it. So, I want to represent it as best as I can. So basically, mind over matter is basically me. Like, it's what I'm about. So, and I want to bring that. I want to do as much with that as I can. So hopefully that clears that up and it isn't confusing. But that's what it means. So, I think that might be it. Lastly, because I think I stopped when I was talking about that, but I mentioned I'm gonna do gaming videos. Yeah, I know this is kind of a little all over the place, more than what I wanted it to be, but, so I mentioned I'm doing gaming videos, but I want to do motivational stuff as well. Over different topics, just kind of when they pop up in my head and stuff. And for the most part, especially when I start doing that, they're going to be longer. They're going to be like stories. Just, they're going to have a lot more meaning than, not to harp on people or whatever, but I don't know. It's never dumb, or it's always a positive when somebody does try to, even if it's just a phrase or whatever it is, but if somebody does try to, post any motivational content, like I said, whether that's a phrase or whatever it is, it's never negative. It's always a positive. But I'm going to try to have a lot more meaning behind it. I don't want it to feel meaningless, or like, I don't know, some stuff it can just be, just like you're reading stuff, but it doesn't mean anything because there's nothing behind it. So I want to bring things from behind it. I want to have stories, or just bring meaning, and make you actually feel something. So that's a big part of what I want to do. Eventually later, when I run out, you know, when I run out of all the stories, or run out of, you know, like the bigger, longer videos of it, you know, then it'll get kind of more typical, but I'll still try to keep it as unique and as deep of a meaning as I can behind it. But I'll still try to sprinkle some motivational stuff in there, even after, like I said, I've gone through like all the longer like versions of it or whatever. So those two things are definite. And then I don't know, I might do like reactions to certain things. My girlfriend and I, we watch a lot of like car fail videos, and I always keep saying that I should react to those, because it just gets me losing faith in humanity, basically. And yeah, I would have a lot of stuff to say about things like that. So might do something like that. I'm not too sure, but basically I just want to be me. I want to do what I want to do, and I mean, obviously, I hope I succeed. This is what I want to do. I really hope to make a career out of this. But at the end of the day, I want to do, you know, what I want to do. So if I'm gonna fail, as long as I've done what I wanted, I would rather have that than, like, I don't want to say fake success, but then just trying to do stuff or be who I'm not. So, you know, if I am gonna succeed, and you know, you guys are gonna like me and support me, and want to you know, bring mind over matter up and everything with me, you know, that's what I want. You know, I don't want it any other way. So hopefully that clears up all the confusion. I think that's it. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in other videos. Sen stau young I cast there's not an shame and I'm at the verse to me now.